Join me today as we visit the hospital to improve our Igbo vocabulary with hospital terms. Are you ready for this? Join me in the class. Let's do it together. I am the Igbo tutor, Onye Kuzibo. Ndewo. That's how we welcome you today as we expand our Igbo vocabulary by learning medical terms. So let's do this together without wasting time. What do we have right on the screen? Medical tray. That's what we have. So what is this in Igbo? We call it Okwa Ogu. Okwa, if you have been following our teaching, means tray. Okwa is tray. Ogu is relating to medication or medicine. So Okwa Ogu is medical tray. Let's move on to the next term. And what do we have here? We have good health. No one can do this except he has good health. So good health in Igbo language is actually Ahoike. Some call it Aruike, depending on your choice. Aho meaning body. Ike meaning strength or energy. So Ahuike in Igbo is good health. Let's move on from here. And what we have next is hospital bed. Hospital bed. What is this in Igbo language? We call it Akwa Ulogo. Of course, if you have been following us, you will know that Ulogo means hospital. So Akwa means bed from our previous teachings and lessons. Look at the tone here, it's low, low. So make sure you get the sound. Akwa Ulogo. That is hospital bed. That's the word. Let's move on to the next medical term. And what do we have? We have bandage. Bandage. What does this mean in Igbo language? It means aqua nkechi. If you listen to the sound of aqua, low, low, and this is aqua, high, low, they are not the same. So be sure you pronounce them correctly. Aqua nkechi. Aqua nkechi. Aqua generally meaning clothes. Nkechi meaning to bind up. So aqua nkechi is bandage in Igbo language. Let's move on to the next term. And what do we have here? We have plaster. Plaster. What is this in Igbo? We call it aqua nyachi. Aqua nyachi. Of course, you can see that both these are the first one. If you remember, is also aqua. This is aqua nkechi. This one has no gum in it, so it's just to bind nkechi. But the next one we're talking about now, which is plaster, has an element of gum in it. So this nyachi is relating to something having gum, to plaster something, place something that has sticking element on another thing. So this is aqua nyachi plaster. Let's move on from here. And the next term we have is nose cover. Nose cover. What is that in Igbo language? We call it aqua ipuchi imi. Three words here: aqua clothes, ipuchi to cover, imi meaning nose, a compound word. So aqua ipuchi imi is nose cover in Igbo language. Take note. We move on to the next medical term, and this is needle and syringe. What is that in Igbo language? We call it aga na neya. Aga meaning needle, na meaning and, neya meaning is mother. But how do we get this to be mother? We see the syringe as the mother bearing the medicine, which feeds the needle. So this is aga na neya, needle and the mother, which is the literal meaning, but it means needle and syringe in Igbo language. Let's move on from here, and we're talking about suture needle. Suture needle. What is that in Igbo language? Aga, edo, aho. Remember, aga is needle from the previous one. Edo is to sew. Aho is body. So needle for sewing body. Aga, edo, aho, suture, needle. Let's go on from here. And the next word we have is doctor. Doctor. What do we call that in Igbo language? We call doctor dibia bekee. Dibia bekee. Doctor. So dibia generally is one who makes us to regain our good health, but bekee relates to English. So this is English doctor. But there's another type of doctor we're going to look at now, which is dentist. Dentist. What do we call that in Igbo? Dibia eze. Of course, this remains a doctor, a healer, but eze here means teeth. Eze is teeth. So dibia eze in Igbo is dentist. Dentist. Dibia eze. Let's go on from here. And what do we have next? We have laboratory. What is that in Igbo language? We call it ebe nchopụta. Ebe nchopụta. Ebe is a place. Nchopụta is for finding out or finding out. So ebe nchopụta is laboratory in Igbo language. Let's move on. What's the next term? We have eyeglasses. Eyeglasses. What is that in Igbo language? It is called enyo anya. Enyo generally is glass. Anya is eye. So enyo anya is eyeglasses. Enyo anya. That is the Igbo name for that. Let's go on from here. And we have next stethoscope. Stethoscope. What is that in Igbo language? We call it igwe inyo ahụ. Igwe inyo ahụ. Igwe meaning instrument or iron instrument. Then inyo is to look into. Ahụ is the body. So igwe inyo ahụ, instrument for looking into the body. Igwe inyo ahụ, stethoscope. We'll go on from here. What's the next term? The next term is hospital scissors. Hospital scissors. And what do we call that in Igbo language? We call it mkpa ụlọ ọgwụ. Mkpa ụlọ ọgwụ. Of course, by now you should have known that ụlọ ọgwụ means hospital, but mkpa means scissors. Mkpa means scissors. So mkpa ụlọ ọgwụ is hospital scissors. We'll go on. And the next term is IV drip water. IV drip water. What is that called in Igbo language? We call it mmiri ọbara. Mmiri ọbara. Of course, you know by now, if you are following our teachings, that mmiri is water, while ọbara is blood. So mmiri ọbara is IV drip water. Mmiri ọbara. That's what we call it. Let's go on from here. And the next is sickness. Generally, we call sickness nria nria. Nria nria. Nria nria. Generally, that's sickness for us. But when we mention or refer to a particular disease or disease-causing agent, we call that uria. 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 A particular disease or a causative agent, we call that uria. That's what we call it. Let's move on from here. And what do we have next? We have injection. Injection. What is that in Igbo? We call it ntoto. Ntoto. Injection is ntoto in Igbo language. Let's proceed. And the next term is nurse. Nurse. Who is nurse in Igbo? We call them, or we call her, onye nlekọta. Onye nlekọta. Onye generally means a person. Nlekọta means taking care. So onye nlekọta is a caregiver, a person that gives care. Caregiver, onye nlekọta, a nurse. So let's move on from here. What do we have next? We have tablets or caplets, as the case may be. What do we call them in Igbo? We call them ọgwụ mkpụrụ. Ọgwụ generally is medicine. Mkpụrụ is this type of medicine. Some will reverse it and call it mkpụrụ ọgwụ. Mkpụrụ ọgwụ. but it's ogu mkpuru, because there are other types of medicine we are going to look at after this. So this is ogu mkpuru. Let's move on to other types of medicine. This one is liquid medicine. What do we call it in Igbo? We call it ogu mmiri. Ogu mmiri. Mmiri meaning water or watery. Ogu mmiri, liquid medicine. Is there any other type again? Of course there is. Let's look at this. Injectables. Injectables. What is that in Igbo? We call it ogu obuba. Ogu obuba. That is medicine that is injectable. Ogu obuba. That's what we call it in Igbo. We move on. And the next we have is X-ray machine. What is that called in Igbo language? We call it oku inyocha ahụ. Oku inyocha ahụ. Oku means light or fire or ray of light. Inyocha is finding out. Ahụ is body. So oku inyocha ahụ, light or finding out something in the body. Oku inyocha ahụ, X-ray machine. We move on, and the next term here is cotton ball. Cotton ball. What is that in Igbo? We call it oro. 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 That is cotton ball in Igbo. What do we have next? Next, we have hospital. Hospital. What is that called in Igbo? Of course, if you are following all along, you know is Ologo. Hospital. We did not follow any order, but we followed alphabetical order in our arrangement. So this is Ologo. Ologo. Hospital. And here we have ambulance. 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 In Igbo, we call it Ugbo Ndị Ọrịa. Ugbo Ndị Ọrịa. Ugbo meaning any moving object or motor. So Ugbo is a moving conveyor. Ndị Ọrịa is sick people. So Ugbo Ndị Ọrịa is vehicle for sick people. Ugbo Ndị Ọrịa. Thank you for going this far with us. But part 2 of this video and this lesson is coming very soon. So stay tuned with us. And if you have not subscribed to this channel, this is the time to do so that you'll be the first to get notified once we upload our next video. And many other ones are coming after this. So stay tuned and be sure you subscribe. And even now, we have selected few videos that we think are best for you, and they are displayed right on the screen now. Click on any of them, watch now, and thank us later. Thank you for doing that. Chukwu gozie gị. See you in the next video. Imeela.